Hello everyone, and welcome to my classic Season of Discovery Mage leveling guide. In this guide, I'll be talking about many different tips and tricks you can use as this class, the different talent trees I like to choose when I'm leveling up, and of course, important dungeons to do on your way to level 25, so you collect amazing items that allow you to get into raiding even faster. At lower levels, Fire Mage is so insane when it comes to dealing a high amount of damage in next to no time. Spend your first 5 points into improve Fireball to reduce the casting time, and then either 2 or 3 points into the Frost tree with Elemental Precision. This will reduce your target's resistance by either 4 or 6%. And then you can spend more points into the Fire tree, for example 2 points into Flamethrowing, so you can increase the range of your fire spells, or you could spend points into Ignite. But at lower levels I don't prefer to do it, as you don't have a lot of crit. So instead, I would rather spend points into Impact. At level 22, you have 2 different options. Either to spend a point into Pyroblast, so you have a huge opener, or you could respec into Frost. Here, I would probably choose to play as an AoE mage, so you can farm a bit of gold before you reach level 25, but also because it's the fastest way to level as a mage. And the reason why we would like to reach level 22 is so we can get a huge slow effect on our Blizzard. But then again, just play whatever you like. We won't have to get all the way up to 60, it's only level 25, something you can accomplish in probably 15 hours to 20 hours of playtime. Having a wand early on will be important, and you can acquire one of these in some of the different main cities, because there's different wand vendors where you can purchase them. So in the beginning, when there's nothing on the auction house, then this will definitely be beneficial. You can purchase them either in Ironforge and Stormwind City, or Undercity and Orgrimmar. Whenever I level up a mage, then I often don't even conjure my own water, because it's worse compared to what you can purchase at a vendor. As you can see here, I can purchase Ice Cold Milk. This is 436 mana over 21 seconds. At the trainer, I learned how to conjure water at level 4, but this water is equal to what you start with, so level 1 water. I will have to reach level 10 before I even unlock a new rank, the rank that allow me to conjure level 5 water. So in between level 1 to 10, I'm stuck with so crappy water, and I will even have to spend cast time and also mana to conjure this. So in my opinion, it's way better to spend a couple of silver and purchase the Ice Cold Milk to level a lot quicker. Like I mentioned in the talent tree part, then I like to level up as a Fire Mage. But when I do this, then I also like to cast a Fireball followed by Frostbolt. This will apply a slow effect to the target, and this usually allows me to cast a lot more Fireballs before the target also reaches me. And don't mind the talent tree in this clip, I was just fooling around and testing different things. Here's a nice trick when you're leveling up and if you just need to kill one specific target without having to deal with all the other enemies. What you will have to do is to pull with an AoE spell. When you do a trick like this, you will attack all of them at the same time, and now you can just continue shooting at your main target and drag this away. Eventually all of the remaining enemies will also start to evade. This is also known as split pulling, but it's only a possibility as long as I pull with an AoE spell. If I used a single target spell, then all of them will now be linked together, and if I decide to attack my main target, then the remaining will continue to attack me and chase me, because all of them are linked together and will only evade at the exact same time. As a mage, you have so many different ways to control the fight. It could be with your polymorph, counterspell, nova, yeah, the list goes on. With different mouse over macros, you can easily use these abilities on other targets beside your main target. All you need to do is just to hover over the target with your mouse and then press the keybind. I would also like to show you how you can either AoE without Blizzard or with Blizzard. At level 14 you unlock Arcane Explosion, and at level 16 Flame Strike. By this point you are now also ready to start AoE farming, because you can actually do quite decent AoE damage. It will of course not be big pulls, but instead of killing one enemy, then you will be able to take down 3 or 4 enemies at the same time. All you gotta do is to stack them together, use your Frost Nova, followed by Flame Strike, and then spam your Arcane Explosion. I would also recommend you to either have healing or mana potions in case your Frost Nova is being resisted, or you run out of mana because you spam your Arcane Explosion. If you also have to deal with a ranged target, then what I usually do is just to run close to this target, because now it will no longer be able to use its range attacks. Instead, it will also be fighting in melee range, and now I stack them together and do my AoE. Here, I'll also end up using a healing potion because I take a lot of damage. What you could also do when you use your Frost Nova is to use a bandage to recover. Alright, so at level 22, the rotation will be a lot different. You need to stack the creatures together perfectly, use a Frost Nova, and get as max distance as possible, so you're still in range to cast a Blizzard. Because you're so far away, then you will also be able to cast 2 Blizzards in a row, and by the time that the enemies also get close to you, then there will no longer be a cooldown on your Frost Nova. And depending on your mana, then you can either finish them off with a Flame Strike, Arcane Explosion, or maybe even a Blizzard. When you're leveling up, then I would also highly recommend you to do dungeons. By doing this, you not only gain experience, but also items at the same time. And what I would do would be to head to Dead Mines the moment you reach level 18 or higher. In here, you can unlock a ton of different items that will benefit your leveling, and by the time you get to 20, you should probably head into Wailing Caverns. The final encounter in the dungeon has a chance to drop 2 items for casters, either these shoulders or the ring. I'll definitely try to obtain the ring, but the shoulders is not really that important to me, because when you kill this boss, you also get the glowing shard, an item that begins a quest. The quest, or well, the quest chain itself, is so easy to do, and at the end you'll get these cloth shoulders, which in my opinion is way better compared to the rare ones. A dungeon I find mandatory to do is going to be Shadowfang Keep. You can obtain level 23 and 24 rare cloth items. These will probably be your pre-raid biz items before you head into raids, or at least pretty close to. I know there's also going to be many different quests for the dungeons I've mentioned, but some of them are either Alliance or Horde specific. As a Horde, you gotta make sure you at least pick up all the quests for Shadowfang Keep, and as an Alliance player, make sure to pick up all the quests for Dead Mines. You can also use professions to gear up a bit quicker. As a mage, I would definitely choose tailoring, so I can craft my own cloth items as a level up, but also at max level. There's even been a big change. In Season of Discovery, we can also craft level 25 epic items, so professions like tailoring, leatherworking and so will be much more important at this level range. So what class would you like to see next? Let me know this in a comment below the video. On my channel you can also find videos with class changes, class picking and soon a ton of other videos. For example, tips and tricks, gold making, leveling and a ton of other things. So if you're interested in classic Season of Discovery content, then make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get notified the next time I post a new video.